Yes, people, welcome to the Everything But Football show. Let's roll the intro. For the majority of the season,
Hold
and
on,
we have
what way
we got no,
difficulty?
hold on,
Are you
we
talking
got.
about?
Hello, welcome back. Prime, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm okay. But
That's
there are a
good.
couple say high profile, but me personally, I'm okay. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. There's obviously been two large events that have happened that I think we should obviously address. Firstly, is the passing of His Royal Highness Prince Philip. God rest his soul. Very sad. He was married to the Queen for 73 years. Like, that's a long time to be with someone. Um, you know, I'm not. I mean, I've seen a lot of banter on the Queen, which I don't think is acceptable in my opinion. Like, the woman's just lost her husband. Like, give her some slack. You may not like the royal family, but she's still a human being. She has just lost her husband. But I think it's very sad to hear, to be honest. Prime, how do you feel about that?
Um, death. I mean, yeah, death is always sad. But
Yeah,
when,
no.
especially what's happened over the past, what was it, a few weeks now, or maybe month, with the Meghan and Harry interview, and learning more about the royal family and the dark parts of it, and he, Charles, is it? He wasn't the best guy. He's done a lot of bad stuff and dodgy stuff. So, and I don't know the most about the royal family, but look, I don't personally wish death upon anyone, but like when you
No.
look at, and you don't want to badmouth the dead, but when you look at the bad stuff he's done or he's been a part of, it's
Yeah, I think you kind of have to
kind of
weigh the pros and cons, because there are some cons, but the pros is he was one of the only, like, one of the few living survivors of World War II. He did fight in that. Like, he has fought for our country. Like, he has done some good things, but then it's also plastered by the bad things as well. I do like take away the royal family part, like the fact that they're royals. As a wife, a mother, and a grandmother, I feel so sorry for the Queen, because she's a woman who's lost someone who's been with her since she became a queen. Like, if that makes sense, like, she's lost her husband. If we're not talking about her as a royals, she's lost her husband. This is a woman that's lost her husband. It's not like anything about the royals for me. It's about a woman who's lost her husband. And I think it's really sad, to be honest. I'm not saying he was the most perfect human being in the world, but man, my heart goes out to her.
yeah. I mean, I don't. It's hard to negate the royal part because unfortunately they're not normal people like you and me. They are projected on this pedestal and they're celebrities and all of that. But yeah, I mean, look, death is always sad and always
Yeah,
bad, but it's just
it's a part of life.
I think like I don't know how old she is, but I know she's very old. But losing people
Yeah.
around you isn't. always isn't good. But then again, for me, it's just a thing of like, because I'm against the monarchy in terms of the fact of like they don't like actually like
Yeah.
they don't rule the country. So for me, it's kind of like pointless having them there.
Yeah, no, that makes
They
sense.
don't really do that either. But again, it's yeah. I'm trying not to say anything bad or personal, but in terms of the way I look at it or feel about it, because it's
Yeah,
just
you're just trying to keep it like as simple as death is not nice for people. Like, I get that. Like, you don't want your opinions to cloud like and come across as like a dick by like having your opinions. It's like it's sad of death, but you know it is what it is. He was 99. He's had a good life. Like, if you're looking age wise, he was 99 years old. Like, but I am going to move on to the second passing of the day, which is DMX. I think a lot of people knew who he was. They've listened to his music. They've watched him in films. But it is very sad when it's not a natural death and it's an overdose. I always feel like it touches me more, if that makes sense. Just because you don't know what their mental health problems are, like you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I just think it's really sad, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, I didn't. I thought it was organ failure because he was he not in hospital earlier this
Yeah,
week or last?
it was caused from an overdose.
Oh, okay, that's fair because I've listened to a few DMX songs. Like I wasn't brought up or raised on his music or
Yeah,
anything. One of them is in Deadpool, and I really loved that one. That was
yeah,
probably probably one of my favorite songs, just in general.
yeah, that's
But
true.
I don't have the same feeling or affiliation like you and Glenn's would, so I'm not going to
Yeah,
speak much. But it is always sad when, especially someone in terms of music or culture or society, that have had
yeah.
such a
Yeah, Svens, how do you feel about this? I know that you, like me, listen to his music, and like, how do you feel about it?
Oh man, it's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie. Like, do you know what is I've been growing up. Obviously, his music came out when I was quite young, but when I kind of reached the age where I was listening to music was about 13, 14. Let's just say I was listening to his music, which obviously isn't a good sign because his music is for older adults. But man, it's just certain songs, certain things, bro. Like one of my favorite songs isn't what you might think. It's a Slipping song, and it's called Slipping. It's one of the best songs, man. I swear, I listen to it almost daily. I have a playlist, and it's on my playlist. I listen to it daily, man. And it's heartbreaking, man. He's so young, and like I've seen one of his concerts. Literally, it looks like the whole world, the whole of America, is in one of his concerts. Like, if you see the video, I showed
Literally.
it to Prime, I think, and Charlie. Literally, that is one of the most packed out concerts I've ever seen, bro. And listen, man, he even his interviews, the way he conducted himself, like it was up there, man. It was up there. Like his music will live on forever. So R.I.P. man, R.I.P. DMX.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's very sad. A big loss today for the music world, really is. Yeah, Prime, what are we going to be talking about today on the show? Gonna let you decide. What would you like to talk about? Did you want to discuss the Suicide Squad trailer in depth, or did you want to do whatever? I'm literally down with it. What did you want to discuss?
yeah, talk about the trailer, because I liked it. it's unique. It's it kind of reminds me of the first Guardians of the Galaxy trailer when that came out. My
Yeah.
only concern is Warner Brothers screwing up again, because I will still defend that maybe they just ruined it in the edit, and that is
Yeah.
shown by Zack Snyder's Justice League, just how much editing a movie wrongly can damage it. So my only concern is that they'll edit it wrong, or that they will use a trailer company again or something like that. But again, I
Literally.
doubt James Gunn is going to let that happen. So
Yeah.
that's what's your thoughts, Charlotte? Since
For me, I actually really liked I think everyone knows my favorite part in the trailer is when Shark puts his hand up and goes, "Oh, hand!" Like Sylvester Stallone's Shark is literally my favorite thing. I mean, it looked, when the first Suicide trailer came out, everyone went absolutely bonkers for it. Whereas this one, it took a minute to get into. You had a lot there was a lot going on. They cut to a lot of bits of the scenes, and you had to take a lot in. I really enjoyed it, and I just hope they don't use the trailer company to do the film. That's all I've got to say. Yeah, I think it's going to be anything James Gunn does. I usually really enjoy. He's such a talent, so I'm praying for the best. Yeah, Slens, how did you find the trailer?
Listen, to be honest, I didn't see anything different. I feel like it's a similar theme to the first one, man. Like,
His Wi-Fi has cut out. Yeah, Prime. Who do you think's going to be one of your favorite characters on there?
Bloodsport. He's a character from the comics that I don't necessarily know much about.
Yeah,
Apparently, his backstory in the DCU, I'm
yeah.
assuming that's what they're still calling it. His backstory is he got arrested because he shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet. Thing that maybe that might get shown on screen, maybe it won't. But before I continue,
Oh, that's actually amazing. Yes, Lens. Yeah, no, I have to kind of agree there. Like, I would like. He's not one of the people that I actually know more about. Harlequin. Thinker. Like, I'd like to see how Peter Capaldi portrays him though, because he's playing. I mean, the costume looks amazing with all the little. Pardon?
he's a phenomenal actor. I'm not worried about him.
No, I just want to see how, like, what his take is on the character. You know how, like, different actors have different takes. I want to see how he portrays him. No, I think it's going to be good, but the character looks so good on the trailer. Who else? It'd be interesting to see how John Cena plays his character. So that will be interesting because this is more of like for having him in Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious isn't as like a serious brand, but Marvel for me, I think, is very like Marvel DC. They're like big films. They're like big brands that you don't want to fail as an actor in because everyone will have watched it. Like everyone will have. You don't want to fail.
Are you sending shots there at anyone?
Yeah, I am. I'm sending shots. John Cena, don't fuck it up. Like, for real. Like, don't mess with my life. Don't be the only character I regret. I'm glad Joel Kinnaman has come back. I'm glad Joel Kinnaman's back.
As Boomerang.
No. Joel Kinnaman is the army guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah.
Rick Flag.
Yeah, Rick Flanagan. And then Boomerang's coming back as well. Oh, Boomerang with the little unicorn, the pink unicorn, Fluffy the unicorn. Oh, everyone knows I love unicorns. So yeah, I was a little bit excited. Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie for me does does a job. She does her job with Harley Quinn. I enjoy her as it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the new characters, because obviously you've got Idris Elba in there. I love Idris Elba as an actor, so it's going to be really exciting to kind of see how he does so well in, because he's going to do well.
Because there's so many die. I love a bit more than I do Marvel. A bit more about DC Comics than I do in Marvel. Yeah, my thing, because there's so many characters in there, especially when you look at the final shot and stuff. My thoughts are who's going to die, because at least half of them have to die. Half of them have to be killed off. So my only thoughts is who's going to be the.
I was going to say if the Joker was in there, he could be killed off again, because he was absolutely shit showed by Jared Leto. Was it Jared Leto?
Jared Leto, he's not that bad. Yeah, Jared Leto, he's not that bad. What?
You're such a horrible human being. Are you okay? Are you okay? My dog just kind of fell off the sofa. It's really bad now. he literally... I'm sorry, hon.
What do you think they're going to do animate inside of their studios? I don't know. I mean, DC always have had they're really good at keeping their animated movies within continuity.
Yeah.
But then didn't they just end it, or they rebooted it or something? So that'll be actually. I'll send you the link.
Yeah. Then borrow the link.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I like their animated movies. They do a really good job. I like Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Might have to. Actually, I might even rewatch them.
Yes. Hello.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing good.
So, what have you've seen the Suicide Squad trailer? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't like I saw it. I mean, there's a lot more characters in this one than was in the first one. So I'm interested. I'm really interested to see kind of where everything goes. I know that DC is I mean, there's gonna constantly be pressure from Marvel, and I think in some ways they've probably taken some ideas from how Marvel's kind of done their continuity to try to figure things out, which is probably better for them. So hopefully they can get the casting right and get the writing kind of on the right track. Hopefully the Suicide Squad movie ends up being kind of a step in the right direction, because I don't think the last one was bad, but it could have been probably better cast in some areas and better written overall. So hopefully this one will do a little bit better.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just hope they don't me and Prime have had this discussion so many times, is that the only thing we want with Suicide is that they don't get the trailer company in to do the whole fucking film. I don't need that in my life. I do not need an absolute absolute wreck of a film going through that. Just, do you know, I would have liked to see Will Smith come back.
It's Deadshot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was one of the best for me in that film. I enjoyed his cockiness, his sarcasm. Like, I would have liked to see him come back. I know he couldn't because of like work clashes and all that, but
Hmm.
you know, it would have been nice to kind of see him back. But you have got Idris Elba, who, for me, like Idris Elba is incredible. He's so funny as well. Like it's natural. So I think that would be good to see as well. But yeah, we do. Yeah, we've got a few coming out this. Well, I mean, you've got a few films. You've got Loki coming out on June 11th.
Hmm.
Will you be watching that?
Man, I hope so. I haven't watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet. And
Yeah, I haven't been watching that.
there was a part of me that, you know, whenever they were all announced, I think I was more excited about Falcon and the Winter Soldier than I was initially about WandaVision and Loki. And then WandaVision came out and was incredible. So now I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier or not. But I do want to watch Loki. I'm really interested to see kind of what they do with his character. I think all of these television shows are just going to be one season and then they're done. If they're going to continue with like the movie, mostly like the continuity being done through the films opposed to TV shows. So, but yeah, I'll be tuning into it.
I think Loki was the one kind of character that I wanted to get his own like kind of either spin-off or his own his TV show. Like I needed that. Like Tom Hiddleston absolutely does Loki justice. Like, and anyone that says otherwise is wrong. But you know, he really does do like him justice, like the way he portrays him, the way he comes across, his enthusiasm, his sarcasm, his connivingness, like it all comes across really well. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see which route they kind of go down with Loki, how they kind of work the season out, like what's going to happen through the series. Like I know we've had clues and hints, but I want to see like the full aspect of like how he got captured, like, you know, just things like that I need to kind of see, because you know Loki's not going to go easily. But yeah, Prime, what are your thoughts on Loki?
I think it will be the best of the MCU Disney Plus shows. It's very interesting. Looking forward to it. And what's quite funny is there is no. I mean, I don't really have much of an idea what the plot is. All I know is that the Time Variant is involved, and apparently he's going through time to fix things or whatever. And the thing is, what better villain is there for him to go up against? Maybe he's going up against alternate versions of himself. Maybe Kang is involved because Kang will be a villain for Ant-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
That is quite interesting as well. So I mean, I don't know, because time travel now exists, and which means Kang will sooner or later be brought in and used as a event villain. So I don't know, that for me makes that makes the thought process and the conspiracy theories even more interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. It'd definitely be interesting to see how he's worked in, or if he's worked in. But yeah, I think it's about the right time to kind of work him into kind of these like little series before you bring him into the big thing, like, because you'd rather see how fans react in like a TV series rather than chuck him in a big ass film and then him fail miserably, like, and not get the reaction you wanted. Which I think is important to get the right reaction, especially if you're doing big films. But yeah, we've Sorry, guys, it's my dog. Yeah, we've Loki for me is probably I'm literally going to be on June 11th. Be like, right, no one talk to me. I'm busy watching Loki. Like, do not disturb. I need to, and it's like the waiting game because you have to wait every week for like a new show, and you're like, oh, the week feels like it's a month going by because you're like, I just want this new series. Like for me, I wish they'd I get why they release it every week, but I wish they'd just release it in bulk because then I have to rewatch it before I watch the next episode so I know where I am. And then when you get to the point where it's like the end of the series, you're like, shit, I need to rewatch it all just to watch the end of the series one. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good. For me, I was more excited about Loki than I was WandaVision or even the Falcon and Winter Surfer, just because it's Loki. I was more excited about that. But I think it's going to be a good one, to be honest. I don't think they can mess it up. I say this, I don't think they can mess I'm praying they don't mess it up either. Like, I really am. I'm like, I need this shit to be okay. But yeah, as Prime, any new films that you're ready, excited to see?
Not really, just Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Just Fast and Furious, maybe. I know people the franchise, and I'm not saying it's amazing either. But sometimes I just like watching something that I can just turn my brain off to. It's the same reason why I like Transformers. It's just something for me to watch to turn my brain off.
Do you know what? Transformers is one of those films, and I say this to people, and people look at me like, you see fans that actually like this film, and they look at me with such disgust. They literally give me the side eye and everything, and I'm like, Transformers is one of those films where if I can't sleep, I put it on and I fall asleep too. It's not like anything else, to be honest. But yeah, Byron, what film are you looking forward to coming out this year?
I mean, Fast and Furious is one of them.
Oh, you're a Fast and Furious
fan. Is up there. I mean, fan is.
This is stretch. Yeah.
I remember when the series used to be about cars. You know what I mean? And now it's about international espionage and evil brothers that are John Cena. And so I think it'll be the Fast and Furious franchise is fun, and that's what's so good about it. They're fun to watch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like Vin Diesel, so I like how much he likes the franchise. I mean, and there's a sense that Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez, people who have been a part of the cast for a really long time, care about the movie a lot as well, which is why they keep coming back, So I'm just excited to see just how it all shakes out. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, expect it to be the most groundbreaking movie, but I think it'll be fun.
Apparently, the last Fast and Furious 10. I mean, it's always been rumored and joked, but apparently they're going to go to space.
Hasn't there been the joke for a couple of these?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's all coming to an end anyway. Mr. Nobody. I think eventually they're gonna find a way to connect it where he's the big bad of the whole franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially the last 3-4 movies, where they had to fight what's his name, Luke Shaw, and his racing gang, and they had to fight that woman who.
I can't remember her name either.
I don't know what her name is, but the last 3 movies essentially, and the Mr. Nobody showed up in the last, I think, 2. It makes sense that he will be the eventual big bad that has controlled everything.
Yeah, I mean, the minute they go into space, I mean, there's nowhere else to go. So if the minute they actually go into space, it's over.
That's not true. They can go underwater. Okay,
Yeah, but once you go into space, everything else just seems less cool.
I mean,
after going into space, if you're like Fast and Furious 11, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I don't know. It'll be like, no.
That's a bit too far.
It is, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's the line. You can go anywhere else. Once you go underwater, yeah, that's too far. You're just like, no, man. Like, I saw you guys. Like, I saw Vin Diesel fight a dude in hand-to-hand combat on the moon in zero gravity. I don't care about underwater.
No, he won't be fighting in hand-to-hand combat. He will be probably drifting and racing on the moon or something.
Which would be awesome. Not gonna lie.
Drifting on the moon in zero gravity.
I'm down. I need it. That's it. I need it to happen.
It's only going to work because they have NOS anyway. So.
Oh, true. Yeah, it's just going to be so weird. That'd be hilarious. It'd even be better if, there's no sound in space. So when they actually get up there, there's no sound for the entirety of the movie when they're actually in space. So people are talking and can't hear anything. Cars don't make sound. It'd be great.
I mean, we're laughing, but then we'll watch the movie and this is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Look, I will look forward to every single bit of
it. Yep. That's why the Fast and Furious movies, man, like they're all, they're never bad, but they're never great.
They're never, I mean,
there's been a few that have been not great, but.
Did you watch the Shaw and Hobbs movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on that?
I didn't honestly, I just was like, this isn't Fast 9, so I don't care. but like I thought it was decent. That was decent, but not like anything special, you know what I mean? What about you? What do you think?
I thought it was basically a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Essentially, you had the villain who quite literally said, "I'm Black Superman." So it was because he had like some sort of super soldier serum. Like it's basically a superhero movie.
I'm telling you, man. I remember when the franchise used to be about cars. It hasn't been about cars for like 6 movies.
Is this Fast? Are we still on Fast and Furious, man?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because they're awesome.
It's about cars. I mean,
yeah, no. I mean, for me, it's more about like the biggest celebrities that you can get on there now, like Charlize Theron, now John Cena, man. Like, I don't care about John Cena in Fast and Furious. John Cena in Suicide Squad, issues have arisen. I have issues. Like, I'm gonna need this like shit to be on lock. I need this to be a good film. Like John Cena, I'm sending shots. Don't mess it up, mate. But no, I think Fast and Furious is just more like, it's not like a serious film anymore. It's not about cars. It's just about, I don't know, basic bitches, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just like entertainment now. It's not like that serious car film. It's more based on like the stories. You get like a couple of good car chases, but that's it. I mean, they were showing like the people who were in LA and like in like Hollywood, in the Hollywood Hills. Is it? It was by Hollywood. And they were like filming Fast and Furious. And they were like, yeah, it doesn't look that good. I was like, great. Another film to mess up. Do you know how much more you
can't mess them up? They're too
You
good.
say that, and then you watch it, and you're like, "Shit! I take that back. I take that back." Like they're messing up my franchise, you know. No,
I mean, John Cena's Peacemaker costume looks horrible. He looks like I don't say I'll take it back. It doesn't look horrible, but I thought it looked hilarious the first time I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, is this for real? Is that the one he's wearing? That's so poor John Cena. He looks like he's back in the ring, man.
oh my god, it's amazing. But yeah,
if he doesn't do the "You Can't See Me" in the movie, then regardless of how good it is, it's not good enough. He has to find a way to work it in.
literally,
How do you work that into a script?
I'm sure
In-
James Gunn
in Fast-
is like, you got to do it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're doing it in Fast and Furious as well. I'm pretty sure he'll find a way to say, "You can't see me" as the bad guy. You know, he's gonna like send a message being like, "You can't see me." Like, you know that's not gonna happen. Like, you're not even playing when you know that's gonna happen.
He's gonna do it right at the end of Fast 9. He's gonna do it and then like lift off in a rocket and go into space. I'm like, this is the greatest ending of a movie of all time. They're going into space, guys.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
He's right out of the window.
I feel like you need to like take creative control now and like just have the ending that now. I need to see that ending now.
Yeah, it has to happen.
Oh man. But yeah, guys, what are your opinions on the Black Widow film? Need to ask. Is coming out at the end of the month.
Oh god, it is coming out at the end of the month, isn't it?
I think it's pointless. I like the story. I'm looking forward to the film, but she's dead, so it's pointless.
I feel like
Or
it just
is
gives
she?
people hope. I just feel like it gives people hope. Like, no. This is the one. Like, this is the one character. Like, there's two characters that they can't mess with for me: Iron Man and Black Widow. For me, Hawkeye should have died immediately, ASAP. It should have died in the first film, but you know, we'll leave that out of the conversation. But you know, if I had to choose between Hawkeye and Black Widow, I know who I'm choosing, and it ain't Hawkeye. But I feel like Black Widow and Iron Man are both dead. Like, you can't mess with us. Like, it was actually the way they did Iron Man send off, the way they did the Black Widow death, and actually Iron Man death as well. Like, you can't bring them back. And if they were going to die again, it wouldn't be the same. You wouldn't get the same effect because the deaths they did for Black Widow and Iron Man, more so Iron Man, they were great deaths. Like, you can't beat that. So I don't know. I feel like they can't mess with us and bring them back. If they're dead, they're dead. Just for those two characters, like.
No, I mean they're coming back. So
it's comic book movie stuff. They're no one stays dead for very long.
That's true, to be honest. That is very true.
Yeah. I mean, like, whenever I saw the trailer, so I think the thing that makes it difficult, the Black Widow movie, is unfortunately the amount of times it's been delayed because of COVID. Like, you enter into a point of, all right, is it ever going to come out? Because once you get to the point where you're like, you've cared about it multiple times and then it gets delayed multiple times, you're like, all right, well, whatever. So, I mean, I think that I agree with you. I think like the story, I think, will be good. Taskmaster is the villain, which is awesome. Taskmaster is an excellent villain. So I'm really excited to see that. But I also feel like because of some different announcements, like I would hate for the Black Widow film to be overshadowed by the Spider-Man film that's soon to come in December. You know what I mean? So, because the Spider-Man films have all done really well. So hopefully, hopefully it does well.
I don't like Spider-Man in the MCU. The way they've handled Spider-Man in the MCU.
You don't?
The way they've handled him in the like I love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That's why
I do too.
The Andrew Garfield one I liked. I'm not saying they were amazing, but I did like. But
Yeah.
the way they've and Tom Holland is a great actor. I think he's portrayed the Spider-Man they have wanted perfectly. However, I don't like the way they've handled Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
No?
No,
Okay.
it's not. And I get it. They're trying way too hard to show. Look, guys, we have Spider-Man. Spider-Man. He's in Civil War. Spider-Man. All of a sudden, he's an Avenger. Look, we have Spider-Man. Instead of trying to build an actual story for Spider-Man, look at 2 movies. 2 of the villains he's had are direct cause of Tony Stark, Iron Man, of the Avengers. It's not. He hasn't had a villain that has connected with Spider-Man in any sort of way, really. Has been a cause of Spider-Man.
So basically you're just waiting. You're waiting for Green Goblin
No, not even. No, not even that. It's just
or Doc Ock.
no, not even that. I'm just.
Yeah.
I want them to have a story that doesn't center around Tony Stark or any of the other Avengers.
Yeah. Which would be interesting to see how they handle this current phase of the MCU, because as of right now, considering where they're going forward, I mean, it looks as if they're like posturing up Spider-Man to kind of be like the lead of whatever team up is going to come next. So
maybe, but then he's still a kid, so it doesn't make sense for him to lead any Avengers movie. He can be
but he's died once, man. He's seen some stuff.
He doesn't have any more experience than anyone else who's still alive.
I mean, he's seen some stuff. Zendaya's his girlfriend. What more do you want?
What more do I want?
An actual decent Spider-Man, one that's not Tom Holland's.
I want him to have 10. I want him to have 10 years more experience as Spider-Man and to have actually had life lessons and learned from them.
Mm. So what if this? So what do you think about the rumors of the potential for this upcoming Spider-Man movie to be like a multiverse movie with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, kind of reprising their roles alongside Tom Holland? I think that could be really growing for Tom Holland Spider-Man as a character, depending on how they write it.
That's interesting. However, Spider-Man Far From Home ended with Mysterio revealing that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Now, the title of this movie is
No
Way Home. So that's assumed that because his identity got revealed, that he's on the run or something like that. How does that correlate into multiversal Spider-Man?
So the multiverse is supposed to be a piece of this upcoming phase because of the Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. Spider-Man is supposed to be in that movie. So Spider-Man's in that movie and Scarlet Witch are both in that movie.
But I know why Scarlet Witch is in that movie. That makes sense. Why is Spider-Man in that movie?
We don't know yet.
And that's what it doesn't make sense to me. They're trying
I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense.
They're trying way too hard to force it. Unless they're trying to do like a Spider-Verse type film, which
I think
is fine, but we've just by the time this movie it comes out this year, actually, yeah. So it's been 2 years, 3 years since the Spider-Verse. So we just had that movie.
Yeah, not the same though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but this one has the MCU stamp of approval.
No, but See,
And
they're,
Tobey Maguire
they're
needs work.
forcing it. They're
Right,
forcing it.
chill. Let the man have a job.
I don't know. I don't mind. And again, Tom Holland has
Yeah.
done a good job, but they're forcing it. So don't force it. We know he's in the MCU. He doesn't need to team up with Iron Man or Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's not how Kevin Feige likes to do his movies though. He always likes to have some level of like crossover.
Yeah.
And I get
just
that.
consistently happen. I mean, like Black Widow was like a consistent presence throughout like the Iron Man and Captain America movies.
Yeah,
like
there's always
You
that.
know, and the majority of Captain America's movies were crossovers anyway. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
like
Yes. However, the Iron Man movies and the Captain America movies made sense, and they were centered around those two characters. You can't tell me either of the two Spider-Man movies was centered around Tom Holland and the villains were, or Spider-Man, and the villains were centered around Spider-Man.
well, the movies were centered around Tom Holland, but the villains probably weren't a product of him yet.
But they should be.
Well, if they're still going from the he's still new to the role kind of thing, then maybe not. So
Then
eventually
make the
you're going to
role.
have to take that step up. Not
Yeah,
new
but
to the role in
then-
the sense of Spider-Man being new to what
Well,
he's
no,
doing.
that's not true, because in Civil War he had been Spider-Man for 6 months, and this Spider-Man: Homecoming takes place just after Civil War, so he had been Spider-Man for about 6 months.
That's not a long time.
Enough time. That's enough time to make a villain or two.
That's true.
I mean, maybe. But the whole thing about Spider-Man's arc leading up to that place, which led up to kind of the events of like Endgame, was he was in the shadow of Iron Man. And so I think that with Iron Man gone, a lot of the Spider-Man centric stories going forward, starting with Far From Home, is him trying to step out from Iron Man's shadow and making a name for himself, which is what they tried to do with him in Far From Home, which I thought they did a good job of, and I think he's going to continue to build on that going forward.
But why was he inspired? Why was he in Iron Man's shadow in the first place?
Because he gave him his suit, dude.
But it doesn't make sense. Even in the comics and stuff, it doesn't. The only time Iron Man's giving him a suit has been Iron Spider. Peter Parker has made his own suits.
Yeah, but in the MCU version of Spider-Man, since they already had a pillar built on Iron Man and Captain America, all characters funnel through those two. All the characters are like funneled through those two, with the exception of like a few, like the Hulk, who had a movie that no one cared about anymore. But like even like they've like attached certain characters to, like, certain characters have been attached to others. Like Hulk has been attached to Thor because a Hulk movie no one cares about. But having Hulk as like a side character with another more reputable hero, one that the MCU has put more time and effort into, makes him like more watchable. Spider-Man, the issue with the MCU and Spider-Man is that Spider-Man on his own is too like meteoric of a character to like bring alongside somebody else. But in order to get him into the Avengers, they needed to find a way to kind of like fit him in. Which is why Iron Man was like, "Oh, I know a kid who got powers. Let me go and give him a suit so they can
why
fight."
does he have to be brought into the event? Civil War could have got along great without him having to be in it.
Well, in the comics, Spider-Man is like a pivotal piece of the Avengers.
Yes, but in the MCU, Spider-Man didn't exist up until 6 months ago, so it doesn't make sense.
That's because #blame Sony.
Well, okay, fine. Well, you can only go with what you have within your universe. Don't.
Hey, Prime, I got a question though. Do you think Peter Parker teaming up with Doctor Strange of the MCU at all, or is it going to be like another reality? He's going to encounter Sorcerer Supreme in another reality.
I don't know. I think
he's going to
it's gonna be
encounter Tobey
multiversal,
Maguire. He's going to encounter Tobey Maguire, which means I don't have to see Tom Holland playing Spider-Man, which absolutely makes it way better than I have to tolerate. Because let me
Tom
tell you,
Holland's awesome.
I do.
This is
I know.
blasphemy.
I like
Yes, he
Tom
is.
Holland himself, but as Spider-Man, I'm not a
He's
fan.
so good.
Like, he's just too young.
He's an average Spider-Man and an average Peter Parker.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
That is
Well,
harsh.
I say average. In terms, there's only been 3 live action, so Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, I
Andrew
agree with that.
Garfield is the best Spider-Man
Man, yeah.
because they're 2 different characters.
I think
But
one of the
Tom is a
things
good
with
balance.
Tom Holland. Sorry, go ahead, Flynn.
Go on, bro. Go.
No, I was saying that one of the things they got right with Tom Holland was his age at the point where he played Spider-Man. How old was Tobey Maguire when he played Spider-Man in the first movie?
Old enough to not look like a 14-year-old.
Right, exactly. Like Tom Holland, like he looked the part. Like
It's true.
I'm not like, and
That's a
he
good
looked
point.
the part, which
But this
is
is
like one of the big pieces. You can get away with it with Andrew Garfield because the amazing Spider-Man is older. But like actual Spider-Man is in high school when he first gets his powers, and Tobey Maguire was like in his 30s. So yeah, I don't know. I like Tobey Maguire though.
Tobey Maguire for me is my favorite Spider-Man, and then Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland can kind of fight it out. To be honest,
One thing I'm looking forward to is, like, one thing about the MCU is you see the evolution of characters, whether it be for the good or the bad. I want to see Spider-Man when he's 10 years in and he has to teach Miles Morales. That is something I want to see. Where he has to then mentor the next age of heroes.
Which I think is what he's going to do, because I think that's what they're doing with Spider-Man going into this phase, because Marvel love a team up, and I think if you look at the way that they're pushing things going forward, I think they're actually pushing Young Avengers for the next team up, and Spider-Man would be a good mentor for that group if that's the direction that they're going to go in. He
himself still needs to be mentored. He is still he's a young Avenger. He's still being mentored. So who is he?
Yeah, but he's not a teenager. He's not going to be a teenager at that point. And then
they need to get rid of Tom Holland.
The Young Avengers are.
They need to get rid of Tom Holland.
Yeah, no, I get that, but and again, remember he was snapped for 5 years, so it's not like he's had 5+ more years to grow and learn.
Hey man, you don't know what he was doing.
He was in the Soul World or whatever. He was gone for 5 years.
Yes, Will.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I've not been here for the whole show, but I'm home now.
Okay, well,
you're here now. It's cool. Yeah, we're just discussing how I think that Tom Holland should leave and Tobey Maguire should come back as Spider-Man.
Heck no, I don't want to see Tobey Maguire dance again, dude. He ruined.
I'd rather have Andrew Garfield back. I'd rather give Andrew. I think Andrew Garfield's a better actor.
Give it to Garfield to the end of the season.
Give it to Garfield. Give it Garfield.
Oh god, that's amazing.
Also, something you have to contend with is Sony, because they still own the rights. So Will, what is that thing that we read where Sony have given Netflix?
Sony have given Netflix every single one of their films to them every one of their big budget films to them as an exclusive to be shown on there. So all the Sony films like Jumanji and Spider-Man on Sky Cinema or Hulu or HBO, wherever it's been shown, will be on Netflix starting from next year.
Which might not mean anything, but it's like this still Sony Marvel deal for Spider-Man. But Sony could end it and take him back, technically.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, this Spider-Man character that you're trying to show, he's part of the MCU. What are you going to do now?
Disney will get him.
Again.
Am I the only one who thinks Andrew Garfield was actually underrated?
Yes, he is.
He was just giving shit.
I don't think that he was written well, which
exactly.
made his movies not good. I like.
I
I think
as an
that's the
actor.
best way to describe it. How he's described it is it wasn't written well, and that's a fact. Which is why I think a lot of people don't like him. I don't think that the fact he didn't play it well. I think he was written wrong. Like if they write you wrong, they do you dirty.
If you give him good material, then you know he's a great actor. He's been in. He's an award-winning actor.
Yeah.
So,
And I know that like Jamie Foxx played Electro.
Yeah. Mm.
He's gonna be playing Electro in the next Spider-Man
Yeah.
movie. Like
Yeah.
same
He is,
exact
yeah.
actor, same exact role. I'm telling you, Tobey Maguire's coming back and he's gonna dance and it's gonna be awful.
Oh god, yeah, because Jamie Foxx actually.
You're
Jamie
so
Foxx-
set.
He's Electro.
You're so set
He
on Tobey Maguire's dancing. Like, doesn't matter. They're like, he plays Spider-Man. No, just Tobey Maguire's dancing. I just want to target in on that. Like,
It
shots
ruined the
fired.
third movie, man. It ruined the third movie. I was like, what are you doing?
Because Jamie
one
Foxx
dance just ruined everything,
accidentally, Jamie Foxx accidentally put on his Instagram last year that he's coming back. I think
Yeah.
he must have
Yeah, he
saved
is,
it in
he
the
is.
drafts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be great.
hopefully,
Isn't Doctor Octopus coming back as well, right?
yeah, he is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, Prime, it's all coming together, man. Just as I have foreseen.
Just as I have foreseen. Okay,
So I can't even lie. I'm more gassed at Andrew Garfield coming back than Tobey Maguire.
Is it?
Ooh.
I still
Man.
don't know if it's going to be a Doctor Strange of MCU or not. Honestly, I don't know. I'm still not sure. Like, is this like a new? I don't know. Like, is this a different
You
one
see-
or is it the MCU one?
Andrew,
Earth version.
Slen. You see? Because of this little Spider-Man character. You see how we're all confused?
To be fair, you know, Spider-Man doesn't.
Get out of here,
make me
Prime.
confused 'cause it's like, yeah.
They wasted 2 movies. They could have used those 2 movies for anything else.
Prime.
Oh.
Are you saying Spider-Man out? Are you saying Spider-Man out? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am.
Get him out.
Spider-Man out. Yes.
Ooh,
He's got to go,
shots
Blad. He's got to go,
fired.
Blad. He's got to go, Blad.
Wow. Spider-Man out. Come on, man.
No, sometimes people just don't make the cuts.
Or you know, have the 3rd movie where he dies or something and bring in.
He's
Actually,
already
no,
died,
no.
Prime.
Yeah. No, he didn't because that doesn't count. Getting
It does
snapped.
count.
It doesn't count. I
That
want
was one
them
of
to
my
do
favorite
Miles
things.
Morales, but I don't trust. The MCU will find a way to kind of ruin it.
The only way that Spider-Man dies going forward is if they're like, by the way, this kid in this movie, like they show like a trailer and then an end scene where like Tom Holland introduces Miles to somebody. I'm like, well, he's dead. Then it's like, well, he's dead. Miles Morales is awesome.
Yes, he is.
Such a great character. But Peter Parker can't be around for Miles. Well, he can now in the Marvel Ultimate Universe. Now they have Miles Morales and Peter Parker coexist in the same space, where before that they didn't.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see. Well, maybe Sony could actually do it. Have like Spider-Man film where, like I said, Peter Parker, he's 10 or 15 years in, and he's having to nurture and coach Miles. So basically, the whole great power, great responsibility thing, that holds more weight because you're not only teaching that to someone, you've learned those exact same lessons. I think that would be quite awesome. Or they should have just made Spider-Man Netflix film, or not Netflix, Disney Plus shows. Then again, Disney Plus wasn't a thing like 2-3 years ago. So.
True. Or Tom Holland could just be Spider-Man forever, which would be awesome.
Hashtag
Tough.
no, absolutely not. Don't ever
won't
let
be
this
watching
man.
I won't be
This
watching
man,
those films.
do not ever let this man in charge of a Spider-Man film, because let me tell you now, Tom Holland will never leave. He will be like an 85-year-old man, and he's still gonna be playing Spider-Man. No.
Yeah.
Someone just take Tom Holland out. No.
It would be like the Undertaker with wrestling, man. 70-year-old man.
Seriously, it's like Undertaker, man. You're not fun to watch anymore. I don't want to watch you do old school and freaking blow out your quad, get off those ropes.
Literally.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. But who, if you had to choose between the Avengers, who's your favorite character? And you can't have two. It has to be one.
Do you mean? I think that was aimed at me, Charlotte, for me always changing character.
Yeah. Well, you change, bro. You change your mind like 50 billion times. And I was worried that Prime was going to give me more than one option
What was your
and give me who's your favorite Avenger and why? But you can only have one because Prime, I was worried he was going to give me an in-depth of like, I like this one, but I can't decide. And I was like, nope, just one.
my
Honestly,
favorite. Sorry, my favorite's Captain America.
Yeah.
why? Why is your favorite?
'Cause-
why is Captain America your favorite?
Because America rules, am I right? I'm kidding.
Because you're not biased, aren't you? Like, how biased is
No,
that?
yeah.
Well,
Captain America's not he's not my favorite.
Captain America rules. Take the captain away, then that's a bit deep. But yeah, no. I just what he stands for, basically. Also, I'd follow him into battle without questioning it, which maybe that's a bit of a bad thing, to be fair. But
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably died, dude.
Do you mean out of like the original Avengers or?
Well, I mean, we're not adding extras like the original Avengers, Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, that kind of
Spider-Man
original.
doesn't
I don't.
count.
Oh, I like Iron
No.
Man the most. Yeah, I like Iron Man the most.
Yeah, no, Iron Man is an absolute baller, mate. Let me tell you that one. My favorite is Hulk. I love Hulk.
Yeah.
No, you can't say
Hulk's
Hulk.
awesome.
You can't, guys. You can't. You got to put in a spliff, man. You can't. It just doesn't work.
Wait,
He wasn't the same. He wasn't the same.
Slens, he got put in his split by Thanos with the Power Stone. So
I
Come
don't
on.
care. Listen, he was never the same after that, bro. Like, listen, I'm sorry, but does he have any moves? I realize.
Thanos was
Yeah, but he
smoking the
Nah.
Hulk.
actually, you know what? That's actually quite interesting. Hulk actually cannot fight.
He
Yeah,
doesn't have.
I mean,
he
you
just
don't
smashes.
need to when you can like take a whole city down with one punch.
No, you do need to. Did you see what Thanos did? In
Didn't
what-
Thanos have all the
5
stones
seconds?
though
Yeah,
when he did
no,
that?
he
It's
didn't.
unfair.
He didn't.
It's unfair.
No, he didn't.
Now Slens has brought up that he's been put in a spliff. I'm really upset now.
was
Slens,
5
why do you have to do
5
this to me?
seconds.
No.
5
Slens
seconds.
I'm
always
sorry.
comes in like,
That video is
he's my
incriminating.
favourite, and then you goes, oh yeah, do you not remember he got put in a spliff? That day he got put in a spliff, you
I
know?
mean,
Yeah.
I
Your
mean,
faivourite character got put in a
which
spliff.
isn't
You know
isn't
what,
like a
Sven?
great argument because
You know what,
half
Slens?
the universe
Who's
got put in a spliff by Thanos.
Thank you. So, yes, Slens, who's your favourite character? Because I'm ready to put them in a spliff right now. Oh, he's ignoring me now. I'm gonna come back to you. Who's your worst Avenger? And this is not based on the
Actually,
original
no.
now.
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel.
Yes,
Captain
agreed.
Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Spider-Man is bearable because I do like Tom Holland, and I just don't like what they've done. However, it is good, but it's Captain Marvel. Yeah, she's just. It's not even her because again, Brie Larson. She's done a good job in terms of like the script and what she's given. I just don't like the character. I also
Bro,
don't
Brie
like
Larson.
the person either.
Brie Larson is one of the most curious actresses in Hollywood. She's like a phenomenal actress, but like a grade A horrible human being. Like no one likes working with her.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
no one
apparently
likes
quite
working
hard
with
to
Brie
work with.
Larson. It's so weird. Like
Yeah.
when
Apparently
people
she's
talk
quite-
about her, they're like, "Yeah, she's cool." It's always so
I
bad.
feel
man.
like I don't like Hawkeye either. Hawkeye's
Oh,
not my
no,
favourite.
Hawkeye's awesome.
I didn't like him
No.
in the first Avengers, but Age of Ultron, he was probably the best character.
You know,
Yeah.
Age of Ultron, but if we're talking about the first Avengers, he wasn't very good. If we're talking about
That's not his
Eh.
fault, to be fair. Joss Whedon fucked him over a little bit. You know,
Yeah, but I'm just going through my process, Will. If you could just let me go through my process of discussing all four films, because
Yeah, Will, geez.
thanks. Age of Ultron, he was absolutely great in, as Will took the words from my mouth for. And you know, Infinity War and Endgame. In Endgame, he should have died. So he's not my favorite there in that film. Infinity War,
he
he's
tried
alright.
to die. He tried to.
Yeah, well, not hard enough.
You know what? It's Star-Lord's fault for fucking hitting
We're,
Thanos.
No,
over there.
we're judging
hey,
people. You didn't try to die hard enough.
don't blame
awesome.
Star-Lord.
No,
Don't blame
because
Star-Lord.
when I realised that either Hawkeye or Black Widow had to go to where did you get the Soul Stone again? I forgot what it's called. Where's what's the place called?
Oh,
Wherever it is, when they had to
Vermornia.
go and get the Soul Stone, I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake, one of my favourite characters is gonna die. It's just
You know what? That
which
scene.
one is it?
Yeah, and it was
I-
Black Widow. So your favorite character died.
I swear that scene. When I was first time I was watching it in the cinema, I swear I've seen that scene before. That scene has been done before in a movie. I just can't remember what movie. I've seen that scene before.
Oh dear.
But I mean, unfortunately, like he just didn't try hard enough. He could have actually like died, but he chose not to.
I have to say Hulk got put in the deepest. Yes, he did.
I mean,
Cool story.
he got
No.
he got beat up pretty bad.
Slens, if you're in the comments right now, who is your favorite Avenger? Because I'm about to put them in the deepest spliff ever. Like that.
You don't need to. I mean, if it's Iron Man, you don't need to put him in a spliff. You know.
I know if it's Iron Man, I can't put him in, or Captain America, I can't either. But anyone else, I'm about to put them in a spliff.
I mean,
Can we talk about how
Oh.
stupid Iron Man was? He didn't need to dust Thanos.
He could have just killed him with the Infinity Gauntlet. It still probably would have killed him.
He didn't need to use the Infinity Gauntlet in general.
Yeah, but it's probably just easier than the risk of losing.
No.
lives.
He had, but that's risking killing himself. He had the stones. He didn't need.
Yeah, but if he killed himself, then he's saving other lives. Guaranteed, he's saving other lives.
No, I mean someone could have took care of Thanos. Any one of them could have.
Our Scarlet Witch would have ended him.
Yeah. So I just
Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange together would have both killed him. Do you know? Wait a minute. Tell me if I'm being stupid. You know,
stupid.
you know, in Infinity War, you know where they're on the ship and they've killed Ebony Maw. Is that his name? That the guy with the
Yeah.
When they kill him,
Yeah.
after and Doctor Strange goes, "How do we get home?" Surely he can use his portal to get back home.
Yeah, his sling ring.
Yeah. So why did he say, "How do we get back home"?
I don't think he had it on him. I think you need a sling ring to do the portal.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was about to say they could have just Anyway,
If we're on Avengers right now, give me your Avengers ratings from first film to last film in order. 1 being the best and 4th being the shittest.
Can I go first? Because it's pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 4th is Age of Ultron. 3rd is Endgame. 2nd is Avengers Assemble, aka the Avengers, and then number 1, Infinity War.
So Infinity War's your favorite.
Yeah, Infinity War is probably my favorite film ever.
Avengers Assemble is my favorite. I would keep that same order. I would
Yeah,
flip Infinity War and Avengers Assemble. I thought Avengers Assemble was like the perfect movie.
fair enough.
Okay.
What-
Prime's about to be really
what
controversial.
What we judging it on?
How good they were.
Oh, it's your.
I'm not judging them on how what their titles are on. We're not judging them on
All right, mine
it's on the best film. Like which is best from best to worst. So 1 is best and 4 is worst.
Age of. Okay. Endgame is 4th. Age of Ultron is 2nd. Avengers is No, Age of Ultron is third, Avengers is second, and Infinity War is first.
To be
Because in
fair,
my eyes, you're only as good as your villain. And even though Endgame had good moments in terms of us fans, as a movie, I don't think it's that great.
I agree with Prime. I just think Age of Ultron's worse.
I love Age of Ultron, and maybe it's because of the fact of I love the character of Ultron, but I know as a movie,
Ultron's awesome.
Good.
I actually didn't mind Ultron in the film. It's just I think if you weigh it all up, I actually think Quicksilver was actually underrated in Age of Ultron. I'm a bit. I thought he was actually all right.
Wait, it's obviously Iron Man.
Hawkeye was that was the film that made a lot of people like Hawkeye. They went into Black Widow's story a bit more as well.
Wait, hold on. My favorite Avenger is Iron Man. I swear Bucky put him in the split as well.
That's not
But
fair.
he did put him in
That's
the
not
split.
fair.
What do you mean that's not fair? How
Thank
is
you,
that not fair?
Prime.
How is
Thank
that
you,
his
Prime.
parents' spliff? That doesn't count.
Wait.
Because
What do you mean that doesn't count? How is that not fair?
they teamed up on him.
No.
The 2-on-1.
I'm not talking about that final fight. I'm talking about how because Bucky and Iron Man fought and Bucky put him in the split.
Oh, do you mean?
Okay.
You know who Bucky
Let
didn't
me-
put in the split? You know who Bucky didn't put in the split? Spider-Man. Straight caught his fist. Oh, you have a metal arm? That's awesome.
Yeah, but again, look, Brian, when you actually look at it, they for that scene they underpowered the Winter and also the Winter Soldier is only powerful when he's under that Hydra mind control, so that doesn't even count. He wouldn't he wouldn't beat the Winter Soldier when he's mind control.
It counts.
Andrew, what is your favorite? We're doing ranking the Avengers from number one being the best and number four being the
A
worst.
little boy who stole his position.
Dude, Hulk got beat up so bad he turned into Bruce Banner, dude. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
You mean the films? The films.
Yeah,
right?
so we're rating the films. Like,
It's Infinity War.
are you starting from 1 or 4?
Yeah, I'll start from 4. It's
Okay,
Age
4.
of Ultron's the bottom one. Then it's Endgame. Then it's the first Avengers. Then it's Infinity
Yes,
War.
Andrew, we agree. Let's go.
So,
I have to agree with Prime. I'd switch Age of Ultron up to third for me. But I think that's just preference on Ultron.
We have a Hulk slander
Ultron.
session, yes.
No, you can't have a Hulk slander.
I'll manually fix my internet.
I'll just say to Slens, my BT internet's working, so I don't know what's up with yours.
Oh,
So.
so's mine. So's mine.
Who's your
who's
least
your-
favorite?
Oh, this is Andrew. Go on, kick this off.
Who's my least favourite?
Will, you can only have one. You can only have one.
Who's my least favourite?
Go on, Andrew.
I don't least favourite. It's probably War Machine if he is an Avenger. I don't know if I can count him as an Avenger. But
He is.
yeah,
War
okay,
Machine is
counts.
like- War Machine.
It's
is like
War
the
Machine.
He's like the backup of the backup of that.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
just
War Machine's getting his own Disney Plus show. So
he is,
counts.
which I'm excited
Yeah,
for.
but-
Prime is not
yeah,
excited.
Ryan,
But
no one's
Prime
watching.
wasn't excited for Winter and Falcon.
I'm
Falcon
watching
and
it,
Soldier
Prime.
either, so-
Prime, I'm getting real tired of your slander. All right.
No, but he wasn't. Prime wasn't excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier either.
No,
he is,
no.
so.
Don't
no,
talk. I haven't
Andrew,
watched it yet. I
Andrew,
haven't
don't lie
watched
to me.
it. I
Andrew,
haven't
don't lie
watched
to me.
You
Don't
said
lie.
you weren't excited.
Please don't tell me the 4th episode. Please don't.
No,
tell
but
me.
again, I
I
was
haven't
judging.
seen any of
I
them,
was.
so that's just
I
bad.
didn't say I wasn't excited. I
You
said
did. You said you weren't excited.
that's not my. That wasn't the exact quote.
Oh,
Yeah, I think the exact words Prime used was, "I'm really not looking forward to watching it. If I'm going to watch it, do I want to? No. Am I going to? Yes."
See,
Those-
that makes
that
me
was a
sound
lot-
worse.
Yeah, that really
I just said you weren't
It's
excited.
almost worse.
I just said you
Almost
weren't
worse.
excited. That's all. You should have just accepted that, probably what I said. That you
Literally,
weren't
like-
excited.
I'll be honest. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to be watching since JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 got announced. So I'm going to be watching
Well,
that.
after next 2 weeks, there's nothing really. So
Yeah.
There's nothing for like 6
And you've
weeks.
got to wait until June
Got
11th.
to Loki, yeah. That's all you got to wait for.
Yeah.
Loki.
Yeah.
That's it.
Loki.
So you got 6 weeks of nothing.
If Loki's bad, I might give up on the MCU.
It's not going to be bad.
It's not
How
gonna
can
be
they
bad.
destroy it? How can they ruin it?
They can do whatever they want in this show. It's like
Prom,
time
I've got
travel.
Before you watch,
Control is that.
before you watch, to be fair,
Slens, I'm about to ban you from my channel. Like this whole
Hulk
slander,
is my
man.
least
Like
favourite as well. Hulk is my least favourite out of the original.
what?
I love
By far,
Hulk,
yeah.
man. Hulk's
Hulk
awesome.
is my least favourite.
Hulk
Wait,
is-
hold on.
Hold on. Hulk is my alter ego. He turns
Hold
into
on.
a crazy bitch and destroys shit.
Hold on. Why are we acting like the first time Hulk got put in a spliff was by Thanos? Iron Man put him in a spliff as well.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Oh,
In-
now
in
we're
Age
all
of Ultron.
discussing
No,
who the
I
Hulk
agree.
is
I
there.
massively agree. Massively agree. 100%.
Ant-Man could easily have ended Thanos by going up into you know what.
Yeah, that was one, yeah, that's one of the theories. Yeah, because you just go up his butt. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And
Batman
expand.
versus
Who
Captain
wins?
America, hand to hand, who wins?
What? No.
Batman.
What? No. No. Wait. No weapons. No anything.
Batman.
I mean, if he
Yes.
doesn't have his shield, then I'm saying
Well, Batman, based on the fact that Captain America would try to subdue, whereas Batman would find a way to not go for the kill, but Batman would fight more intensely. But yeah, Hulk got treated like a Tesco bag. Most battles are not ready for that conversation.
Slens man, like
Also, the first Avengers movie, Thor put him in a spliff as well.
I mean, but let's not. But
Thor
let's
had
not,
a hammer.
let's not- hold on, but let's not forget about the scene where Hulk literally ragdolls Thor.
No,
Like-
come on, Hulk, let's not forget.
okay, we want to talk about people being
in the
in
first
split.
Hulk. Wait, hold on. In the first Hulk movie, I swear Abomination touched Hulk as well.
Hulk won that fight.
Yeah,
Hulk
no,
won the
Andrew,
fight.
Andrew,
Let's talk
Hulk
about Captain
won that
America
fight.
films.
He won the fight.
Iron Man versus Captain America.
Yeah, but Captain America is my favorite, so I win. I'm fine.
Prime.
Well, no. This is not aimed at you. This is aimed at Slens. Slens' favorite.
Slim, this is the anything but football.
Yeah,
show?
exactly, Stan.
Wait, hold on. One
Just
thing.
to clarify
Hulk-
something,
Hulk
Slens.
is stat padding again.
Your favorite character, Iron Man,
Yeah.
got put in a spliff by Captain America,
Should be
and
called
you
this guy
It was
Slans.
a 2-on-1.
not
It doesn't count.
does
Yeah.
though.
It counts.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. That wasn't a 2-on-1. Not the fourth
Oh
fight.
yeah, he fucked up. He fucked up Bucky first, and
Wow.
shot him, and then got put in a spliff. Okay.
We could have
Yeah,
all
so-
died without Iron Man. Well, yeah, that is true actually.
Half of us. I would've
Vision
made it.
versus Cyborg.
Vision wins.
Well, Slens, both of them
Vision.
help you with your internet. So, you know.
I'm backing my boy Cyborg to win that one.
Hulk,
You're
Your
mad.
boy-
I love Cyborg, but
Vision
Vision
would
wins.
destroy him. He can phase and he's stronger.
I
Hulk-
don't care. And
Yeah.
No. Cyborg would use his metal arms to stab Vision, and then he'd rip the stone out himself.
Vision
He
can
separated
phase, you fool.
He separated the
can
mother
phase.
boxes, Andrew. He separated the mother
phase.
boxes. He
Hold
can
on,
take a
hold on.
stone out of
Vision-
someone's head.
hold on.
Other Canucking
Vision-
boxes, I don't care.
Vision is the more overpowered, but as we've just learned from the Hulk, just because you're powerful doesn't mean you can do shit.
Exactly.
Oh, so now we're still bringing in this Hulk
Wait a
man.
minute,
Right?
could
The idea is we
Cyborg
get off
would
a conversation of Hulk
No,
for like
actually,
5
let's
seconds.
be honest. In the 4 Avengers movies, has Hulk really done anything that has shifted the course?
No,
of the fight?
he's just stat padded off of fucking
Thank you.
soldiers.
He's stat padded. Hulk hasn't done anything.
What do you mean?
What? Who did Hulk fight?
He took
And
down one
win.
of those giant space worms by himself with one punch.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's stat
Andrew.
padding.
Andrew, let's be honest. Once Iron Man took that nuke into space and blew the thing up, they all died anyway. So it doesn't.
Can I
make
tell you
it doesn't
something,
matter.
Prime? Can I say what that takes that away from Iron Man? War Machine could have done that.
Well, yes, and
That takes away. That means,
Yeah, but
that means
Andrew,
what Iron Man
Andrew.
did is not important because Any man in a flying suit could have done
Andrew,
it.
a War
Oh, but he
Machine-
made the
War-
flying suit. you
Andrew,
idiot.
Andrew,
He
War
made
Machine
it.
suit. War
You're
Machine.
the idiot. Don't put me in
Andrew.
the
War Machine suit is not as powerful as Iron Man. So you're telling me
It's
he would have
not.
went into space and died up there? Yes, I'm backing that. Thank you. I'm backing that.
Prime just put Andrew in a spliff like he's going to do on the verses later.
Oh, well, there's no point doing it if you're cheering on
Are we
Prime,
saying
so-
if I
I'm not
get one
cheering on,
solitary
Prime. I'm not
gem,
cheering
I
on.
can
I
stop
just, Andrew, I'm only joking. Your argument could sway. Wait, what time are we actually doing that, by the way?
Let's discuss this let's discuss this
after this.
backstage on a not live stream.
So wait, are we
Okay.
saying if
Andrew,
I get
you,
one
wait a minute,
solitary
Andrew.
gem,
You need to send me a picture of yourself, by the way.
are we
Okay.
saying if I get one
That
solitary
doesn't
gem,
sound creepy at
I can-
all.
Not in that way. Not in that way. I repeat, Charlotte, you made that weird. Charlotte, you made
No, it sounded so creepy.
you made that weird, Charlotte.
Andrew, you need to send me a picture because
Wait,
that
hold on.
sounds.
Bruno's more like Thor without his hammer. Useless.
All right, cool.
Who's the MCU? Who's the Marvel Catwoman?
Oh, Black Cat, Spider-Man.
Oh, her.
ally.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
Black Cat, the one that
Yeah,
lied
Black Cat
about
is
her
better than
pregnancy.
Catwoman. Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
didn't the Black Cat
Catwoman was
lie to Spider-Man and say
she lied many times.
she said that Spider-Man got her pregnant, but he didn't.
Are you talking about the game? Is that you
Yeah.
talking about the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It still counts.
Will,
It still counts.
Will is like these hoes ain't
It's
no
not
real.
canon, I don't think. Yeah.
Oh, shut up! It is. I'm just saying it is. I'm just saying it is.
Wow, Hulk really got put in this. Wow.
Many times.
Hulk has
Bro.
been so Hulk's been useless in the MCU then. Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
No,
and
it's not
and
being
Bruce
useless.
Banner and Bruce Banner got put in a spliff until Thor came along by the
How did he
alien.
get put in the who buys?
Yeah,
Because
that's-
all the
the
Thanos'
audacity of
minions
Hulk.
swarmed him.
Wait, hold on. Hulk in Thor Ragnarok, right? He was sentient, meaning he could speak properly, and he was this big Brutus Hulk. And so Thor, with no hammer, beat him. Wow.
Yeah, and Prime as well. He also almost got put in the spliff by a wolf. A fucking wolf.
He didn't. He's a giant. Can you just context, Will? It was a giant wolf. Okay, it was a giant wolf. Don't say it's just a wolf.
was a-
like, just come
it
out
was
the
a
woods. It was
huge-
a giant wolf.
It was a
Yeah,
massive
definitely.
wolf.
Yeah.
The audacity of Hulk to sit and eat pancakes with his glasses.
He really took that selfie with the kids. He really took it. He took a selfie with his kids.
And you know what's mad? Hulk turns up, 5 years later, as if we wouldn't notice.
Actually,
And he dabs. That's the worst part about it. He
it
dabs.
wasn't.
That was my favorite
No,
part.
He doesn't even dab. He says the word dab.
Slens, you're wrong. It was Thor that failed us. He didn't go for the head. Okay, so that's why he failed us. Okay?
Yeah, but
Thor.
Don't you
Andrew,
blame me,
Andrew,
Thor.
Andrew,
Don't you
Andrew,
dare.
if the Hulk had beaten Thanos on that
Yeah.
ship,
Yeah.
the course of two movies would have been completely different. That's all I'm saying.
I could
the
unravel.
If the
We could
Hulk
have
had
this discussion.
turned
I
up,
can unravel the whole goddamn
if the
MCU.
Hulk had turned up in the Battle of Wakanda, completely different is all I'm saying.
He was tired. He was feeling green. He was tired.
He was tired. Got put in the Smith by Thanos, got scared, never came back. Nah, Hulk is a good wrong.
Nah, man. Nah, Hulk's been done dirty. He's been done dirty.
know what?
by these
We
two films.
need to do this on the Nexus. Who's
He's
been
been
put,
dirty. Yeah.
who's
He's
been,
been.
which Avenger has been put in a split the most?
No, we should put who's been done dirty by filmmakers. This is what should be done.
Nah, he wasn't.
Slander. Hulk slander.
Even if it's Hulk, even two of the Hulk's movies, which everyone loves, he's still be put in a split as well. Hulk went to Thor and got his butt, and let his boy get fat and get put in a split.
That's because Thor let us down. He let us down. He should have gone for the head. That's what he didn't go for the head. So he let us down. Yeah. He was too busy. Too busy.
Wait a minute.
Where was he in the final scene? Too busy blowing
Why
up
don't
spaceships.
you, Andrew?
when
Why
he should
don't
have been
you?
there
Wait a
on
minute.
the ground.
Show
chopping
some
his head off.
respect. He lost his best friend. He lost his brother. He lost
His
his
mother.
He lost his mother, sister, and dad.
Father.
Yeah. So
And
what?
half,
So what?
and not only half of his
Half of his
planet,
people.
not only half of his planet, half of the people he rescued from his planet. So don't
Yeah.
talk, Andrew.
No. I'll tell you why I can unravel that, right? He's had 1,500 years to get to know those people. If he hasn't got to know them by now, then he doesn't really care about them.
Andrew, you got your cat back. What did Thor get back? Nothing.
Yeah, I don't care. Okay, I don't
That
care.
got deep
Okay?
quick. That got
If you can slander Hulk, I can slander Thor. Okay, even though I love Thor. Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
can
yeah,
slander
but Thor put Hulk in the split, so it's not like
he got put in a spliff by Hulk.
who did? No, he didn't. When?
He did
When?
in Ragnarok. Got put in a
No,
spliff.
that doesn't count because
He did.
Thor was winning that fight, and then the master
mighty Thor got taken. The mighty Thor got taken down by a bug zapper. He got taken down by a bug zapper on his back. He got taken
And
down by a
you
bug
get
zapper.
taken down by that bug zapper. Don't lie.
Bug zapper. Rubbish. No willpower. That's what it is.
No, oh, so you're saying he doesn't have the mineral?
And
He
that
doesn't,
bug zapper
yeah,
would
he
kill
doesn't kiss the badge, doesn't stay on his knees, and doesn't have the minerals. All right.
Do you know
He's
what?
He's not
Hulk
proper
Hulk
MCU.
doesn't have the minerals.
He's not
like
proper
money,
MCU.
man.
Hold on. Hulk sat in the back of a pickup truck to go visit Thor when he can take 15 steps in front.
Why couldn't Thor?
I got, do you
he's
know
the
what?
king-
Slens,
If
man.
Thor is the king of Asgard, why can he get a bigger house? Yeah. Why can he do that? Yeah.
Just to clarify,
Yeah.
next week on the Everything But Football show, we are going to be having the Thor Hulk debate. So next week we are going to have the Thor Hulk debate.
Don't bottle it with your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if your Wi-Fi could not bottle it, Slens will be coming on to give his Hulk slander. And
I'll
uh,
be there
me-
as well.
Let's
I will
deep
too.
it. Let's deep it. Has Hulk won any fight in the MCU?
He actually has
No.
a fight, hasn't he?
No. And Andrew, don't bring up he fought the little minions in the first event. That is like has he won
That's that-
any fight, any actual fight has he won?
Yeah.
That's the
Abomination.
equivalent to Havertz scoring versus Barnes.
One Abomination. He won.
No.
now we're converting
I swear Abomination was beating him in that fight, but whatever.
This is not
Fine,
fair. Thor's
fine,
had three solo films.
No,
Thor's
it's
had three solo films.
fine. Hulk won by points. You can say Hulk won by
Oh, he
points.
didn't win by
That's fine.
points. He choked
That's
him
fine.
out.
That's fine. Hulk won on
UFC
goal.
submission.
Fury,
Hulk won on-
outboxing.
Hulk won on goal difference. That's fine. What else? In the first Avengers movie, throwing Loki around like a rag doll doesn't count either. So he
But
hasn't.
you
beaten
can't
anyone.
count it for any Thor stuff either. Then
In Avengers: Age of Ultron, who did he fight and beat? I swear, Black Widow pushed him off a cliff.
That was when he was Bruce Banner. That was when he was Bruce Banner. yeah?
Whatever.
Oh my god!
Avengers: Infinity War got put in the split the first time we saw him on screen.
You know what
Slen says Hulk had to call Iron Man because he couldn't call on the fraudulent Green Man to use a suit more fraudulence. And then he goes, Bruce had to call on Iron Man to make a suit because his Green Man didn't rate him anymore, more fraudulence.
And also, Wong had to say, didn't Wong have to save Bruce as well? Because he turned green.
Yes, he
Another-
did.
Can I just
So
say,
the
let's go back. You know when Slen said,
Andrew, the Hulk embarrassed Iron Man in front of a wizard.
let me just say, right.
Technically, Wong's better than Hulk.
Will, shut up. Let me just say something, yeah? Listen, Slens goes on about the Hulk going up by a truck. No one has got Thor because he went on the underground in Thor the Dark World because he didn't have his hammer anymore. He's rubbish without his hammer, yeah? He's rubbish. He's nothing without his hammer. Nothing, yeah? He had to go on the underground.
That's
Andrew,
not true.
I bet he didn't even pay for a ticket either.
Andrew, Thor's done more without his hammer than the Hulk has.
Ah. He couldn't. He got put in a split by Thanos
By
as
who?
well.
By who?
By Thanos,
When?
he got put in a
When?
split.
When?
And
Start of Infinity
Heimdall,
War.
wait a minute, we forgot about this. Heimdall had to save him as well. He risked his own life because he was going to probably finish him off. And Heimdall had to fucking save him.
That's because
another
Thor.
Right. Right, on that-
Wait. No, hold on. Wait. Did you say Thor? Wait, did you say Thanos put Thor in a split?
He did
When?
at the
When?
start of Infinity War.
When?
That doesn't
Yeah,
count.
but Andrew,
But the Hulk one counts.
Andrew, we didn't see that fight. We don't know what happened.
Okay, no, who's Ebony Maw? Thor got put down by Ebony Maw. That's
Ebony
the
Maw
order.
would kill the
Andrew,
Hulk.
we didn't see that fight. That isn't.
Ebony
He
Maw
got, he got
Kill
put
the
down
Hulk.
by Ebony Maw. We saw that. He got
Ebony
couldn't
Maw
move.
would
He
fuck
couldn't
Hulk
move
up.
because he
No,
loved his brother. He loved his brother.
Andrew, in the rematch, Thor won.
Nah, rubbish.
Thor stabbed him and he won.
He didn't
Wait
go
a
for the
minute,
head.
Wait a minute, Andrew, wait a minute. So you're saying
Yes, Andrew, this is backing us.
Wait a minute.
I don't even rate Thor like that. I'm close to calling him a fraud too. Thor was too busy wiping away his tears
Thank you.
instead of chopping
Wait
the
a minute,
head.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
Andrew. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that Ebony Moore is more powerful than the Hulk, and Ebony Moore got killed by an alien fucking tactic, but the tactic they use in Aliens. You're telling me that Hulk's worse than someone that died to the Iron Man? Okay.
No, did I? I didn't mention Hulk at all, Will. You Tory baiting.
I'm not a
putting
Tory.
words in my sentence. Yeah, that's it. You're not doing that, okay? I didn't say Hulk.
Actually, you
at
know
all.
what? Maybe we should do. Hold on. So not only has the Hulk hasn't won a fight, even Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster armor, has he won a fight?
He got put in a split by the minions until Thor came along.
In you know the big battle scene in Endgame, yeah? We saw everyone fight.
Yeah.
Did we see the Hulk?
No, we didn't see the Hulk. Oh,
Okay,
yeah, we did
thank
see
you.
the Hulk. We did see
No,
him.
we didn't.
Yeah, but we didn't see him fight. We didn't see him do anything.
We saw the Hulk in that scene where they were all running, but other than that, he didn't fight him.
Wait, Prime.
Thor doesn't get this axe without Groot's arm. Without
Prime.
Groot's arm, he doesn't
Wait, what
get
did you
this
say?
axe.
Are you good? Are you
Hulk
good
did a
to?
Flash.
Are you
We're
good to
done.
carry on?
We're done. We're done.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Right. Okay. We are gonna wrap it up now.
Unbelievable. What did I walk into?
Just to clarify, next week, Andrew, myself, Will, Prime, and Slens will all be back for next week's show. We're gonna Hulk versus Thor kind of show. We're just basically it's just going to be a debate like this, but it's just probably going to get more out of hand because it's going to be like an hour and a half to talk about it. So
And I've got time to prepare now as well.
It's going to be like debate.
I swear, even in the animated stuff.
Just end it, Charlotte. End it.
right,
End it, Charlotte.
and guys, we will see you next time. Take care.